They call it a typical American family. A loving mother, a successful stepfather, and me, the only daughter. Daniel walked into my life when I was just 4 years old. My mother, Sarah, had finally found her true love after a failed marriage. But to me, Daniel wasn't a replacement. He was the one who truly saw me for the very first time. Mom was busy, always conference calls, business trips. But Daniel, he was always there. He taught me to ride my bike, helped me with my geometry homework. Almost every good childhood memory I have, he is in it. He was 16 years older than me. Back then, I just thought it was a father's love. The unconditional love I hadn't quite gotten from my biological father. I remember one rainy night. I was 12, waking up from a nightmare terrified. He didn't just tuck me in. He sat by my bed until morning. I saw that tenderness, that genuine concern. I told myself, this is the best man on earth. But can a child's heart truly distinguish between affection and another kind of intensity? Time passed. I wasn't that scared 12-year-old anymore. 18, I graduated. 19, I was in college. I was a woman who had learned what it felt like to be desired. I started dating, but every time a boy touched me, I compared him to Daniel. No one had the composure, the subtle charge of the way he looked at me. His attention hadn't waned, but it had shifted. It wasn't the paternal pat on the shoulder anymore. It was a hand on my back that lingered too long. It was his gaze, holding a moment past the point of comfort, when I wore my first formal dress. I knew 19 is the prime of a girl's life. And I saw that hunger in his eyes. Terrified me, but it also made me feel visible. That night, Mom was gone again. He was helping me reorganize a high shelf of books. He stumbled and I caught him. Our bodies were close. I smelled his masculine cologne. My heart was pounding out of my chest. He didn't pull away immediately. He just looked at me, a visible war raging behind his eyes. In that instant, 16 years of age difference, our roles, and even my mother, they all blurred. He whispered, "You've grown up, Chloe." His voice was hoarse. That was the first time I saw a different Daniel, a man struggling against a deep current. He let go and walked away. But in that single moment, the boundary had been exposed. The door to a dangerous territory was ajar. The internal struggle went on for months. We avoided each other, then found excuses to be close. Our silence was louder than any confession. We were both standing on the edge of an abyss. But the things we were forbidden to feel only grew stronger. I started looking at my mother differently. She took him for granted. I didn't. I saw the deep void in him. I wanted to soothe it. Was it love, or just a sophisticated justification for stepping over a line? At the time, I didn't care. It happened so ordinary and yet so horribly. Mom was on a business trip in Europe. 10 days. It was just the two of us in the house. We had dinner, we laughed. Then he started talking about the magnitude of his feelings. He said he loved Mom, but he felt an uncontrollable gravity pulling him toward me. He needed my presence. He confessed he had been fighting this powerful impulse since I was 16. That confession felt like an absolution for both of us. The feelings afterward were a complicated mess. Ecstasy, because I was chosen by the only man I truly admired. Guilt, every time Mom called home. Fear that one mistake could end everything. But when we were alone, the emotional connection was undeniable. He wasn't my stepfather anymore. He was Daniel, my confidant, my secret. We shared conversations deeper than anything he ever had with my mother. About his fears, his secret desires. It made me feel like I wasn't just a moment of weakness, but his true spiritual refuge. It was the sweetest trap. We let the emotional current carry us away, time and time again. We had built a secret world of glances and coded words, and the outside world only saw a perfect American family. And now here I am, 19. My entire world revolves around a man I am supposed to call Dad. A man married to my mother. My mind is a battlefield of ethics and desire. I love Daniel, but I owe my mother everything. Should I risk shattering her reality, the woman who raised me, for this selfish, consuming need? He was the best stepfather. But he is also the source of my deepest, most dangerous fulfillment. I feel like I've committed an unforgivable sin against the family unit. But when he looks at me, when he speaks of our unintended connection, I feel like this was meant to be. Can love truly transcend all boundaries? Or is that just the lie I tell myself to sleep? Mom is coming home next week. We're scheduled for a family dinner. Sitting across the table, me and Daniel. And Mom, we will pretend nothing happened. I will look at him and smile. He will look back. A fleeting look of shared understanding and heavy consequence. What should I do? Should I remain silent and live with this secret forever? Watching Daniel and Mom grow old together while our spiritual bond remains hidden? Or should I speak the truth, accepting the total fallout it will bring to all three of us? A perfectly messy American family scandal. We swore that if this ever came out, we would face the consequences together. But those are the promises of the desperate. I don't know what is waiting for me ahead. All I know is I am Chloe. I'm 19. And I am hopelessly intertwined with my stepfather. And that is a secret that will, sooner or later, demand a price from us all. What do you think I should do? I know this is not a story you hear every day. It's a tightrope walk over fire, and I'm terrified of the drop. Every day I live with the weight of two truths. The truth I show the world, the happy, normal college girl. And the truth I share with him. A truth that belongs only to the shadows of this house. The silence is becoming a weapon. It's destroying my mother's peace and Daniel's reputation, even though they don't know it yet. It's destroying me. Some people will call this an obsession. Others might call it a betrayal. But when you're standing in the middle of it, when that unspoken gravity is all you feel, simply feels like destiny. A dark, terrifying destiny. The door is about to open. Mom is coming home. And I have to decide whether to walk through that door with my secret intact, or burn the house down and start over in the ashes. If you've ever had to choose between your deepest truth and your family duty, I need to hear from you. What price is too high for a love that exists on the wrong side of the line? Tell me in the comments below. If you were me, what would be your next move?